All right, we back. We back. This is Family Talk. Let's discuss it. I'm your boy B.
That's Jimbo.
Yo, this Nate.
And it's Nick. They got Bentley in the screen and Roscoe in the back.
Bentley in the screen, Roscoe in the back, reoccurring guest. What's up, fellas? Hey man, NBA basketball about to start. Literally 70-some days since the NBA Finals, the Lakers winning the NBA Finals. A lot of off-season acquisitions going on. We got Giannis signing that 5-year, $228 million, I believe. I could be.
Jesus.
5-year, $200.
You about right, though.
I like the fact that Giannis went on ahead and did it and didn't wait till the end of the season to have everybody, questioning, is he going to stay? Is he going to go? I like how he went on ahead and got it taken care of so he can focus on the season. But what's y'all thoughts, man, on Giannis signing with the Bucks? Because I know last time we talked about it,
Golden State was in there.
Golden State was a topic.
Miami was a topic.
Miami was a place of interest for Giannis. So, and I remember Giannis.
It messed up everything, kind of. You thought you were going to have the Lakers and the Warriors going there.
I even saw something the other day where Ben Simmons put out a emoji, the huffing puffing emoji out on Twitter, because it was talks of even him trying to even sign with the Sixers. So what's y'all thoughts on Giannis signing with the Bucks, man? Y'all like it? You don't like it? I mean, what's y'all thoughts?
I mean, as far as, coming from a different era, I like it. He ain't lose and want to go team up with somebody and go get a ring. He'd rather make a lot of money where he at and try and do it where he at.
Is that smart in this day and age, though?
I don't know, but he making a lot of money doing it.
It ain't got to be smart. I mean, he not going with the trend of wanting to team up with people. He wanted to try and get a ring with the team that he got, with the team that's going to be built around him. And I like it. I mean, they brought in Drew Holiday, so you got a veteran point guard that, he can score, he play defense, he gonna play his role, and he still got the little minor people around him. You still got Middleton, who's a great all-star. You still got I ain't gonna pronounce his name because I'm a butcher it. But the dude point guard come off the bench. He a great addition to it too. So I mean, he got a lot of pieces around him. What was the point of leaving when you can get those stars or whoever to come to you?
Yeah, the front office definitely made some moves
so that they wanted to keep him.
Place. Yeah, Jimmy, what's your thought? You kind of lean back. What's your thoughts on it?
I'm not Giannis, but like I said before, I know we had this conversation previously. I just don't think he's gonna get what he needs in Milwaukee. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
So the answer to the question of will he win championships is a no.
I don't think, especially with his style of play. I already told you, his style of play, I don't think he's going to, unless he gets a whole lot better at shooting. And then also, I don't think he's going to get the extra superstar that he needs in Milwaukee. Nobody wants to go there. That's the same problem LeBron had in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll have the same problem.
Yeah,
but second time around in Cleveland, stars wanted to come play with him.
No, second time around,
stars wanted to come play with him.
Kyrie was already there.
Then you added Kevin Love.
Yeah, but he brought a lot of people there also.
Yeah, okay, but listen, a lot of people that he did bring over he brought over some older guys, like some veterans.
Yeah.
They just at that time they just needed a ring. And the whole thing with Kevin Love, it was already I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, there was like some grumblings going on with the
that happened via trade though, didn't it? Didn't the Kevin Love thing happen?
He was already upset a little bit about the organization. Am I correct?
I don't remember too much about it. I know Kevin didn't want to leave Minnesota.
Oh, I thought he was upset about something.
No, he didn't want to leave Minnesota. They just traded him, and Cavs
A
Great player.
a fantastic player. But I mean, I kind of agree with Jimmy on this. Like staying in Milwaukee, it's not a big
It's
free
not an
agent.
ideal
It's not an ideal
in
spot
today's NBA,
in today's NBA.
the way everybody is doing it.
Right. I agree with Nate with the fact that, okay, I want to do it here, but who's going to come and help him win a championship in Milwaukee?
I mean, but honestly, they got a decent team.
Yeah, they do. They can contend.
Yeah, they're gonna always contend. I mean, honestly, you got Giannis, and then you got that second player in Middleton, and then you add a scorer like Drew Holiday, and then you got bench players still.
But at the same time, go ahead, Jimmy.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say at the same time, like, you know, everybody looking at it from a basketball stance, but when you making $45 million a year, that kind of, you know, persuades you to stay somewhere also. Like, I mean, granted, he does want to win, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if I don't win, I will still have $45 million at the end of this season and then $45 million after the next season.
Yeah, you're looking at it like that because, I mean, if he didn't sign that max with Milwaukee, he would have made less than what he's getting ready to make now. So, I mean, of course that had a huge deal in it, but it's just I honestly, within today's NBA, I felt he had to go somewhere else to win a championship.
But I was going to say this. Honestly, me personally, I don't see them beating the Nets in the 7-game series. And not only that, yes.
Looking at the Nets preseason game last night against the Celtics, which the Nets won by like
30. I saw the highlights. I didn't see the game.
Hey, KD finna be back.
He going off.
KD finna be back. And I think it's in the sense, and not to veer away from the Giannis thing, bringing up KD, but it's gonna be like a revenge thing for KD this season. Like I'm projecting now KD being a league MVP this season.
But do they have what it takes to beat the teams in the West?
No.
Yeah,
but
that's how it comes down to.
About the Bucks. Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't see the Bucks beating in the 7-game series the Nets, and I don't see them beating because let's be honest, Pat Riley, he knows how to build a team. Mm-hmm. He's gonna make a couple more trades this season to make his team better. I don't see them beating them again. And not only that, I think Boston is gonna get them trouble. 76ers gonna get them trouble. It's gonna be.
They gonna get nobody trouble.
You don't think so?
No offense, Brandon.
Why? Hold on, no. You need to elaborate on why the 76ers are in trouble.
You got Embiid who gonna win games, hype everything up, and then gonna end up crying in the locker room.
But you got Doc
you going back to 2000? You going back to 2019? We got Doc there now. Doc ain't finna have all that.
Doc finna get into the base.
Doc can't control that man's emotions.
Doc can't
control that man's emotions.
Doc can't control his emotions. He can't control his eating habits, and he can't control his game of play.
And all that is not finna change.
It is finna change. You know why it's finna change?
All right.
You know why it's finna change? And this is two acquisitions that I think the Sixers did a great job of bringing in. They brought in Dwight Howard and Danny Green.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I wrote that down in the little notes or whatever. They got a great shooter. If he can stand up to, you know, his previous years of shooting that basketball, they got a nice pretty shooter on the depending on if they start him or if they bench him or not.
Right. So with that being said, and bringing in those two veteran guys, because I think that's what the Sixers have been missing the last few years. They've missed veteran presence. Now they had Jimmy Butler, which I think we just squandered Jimmy Butler. That was just a relationship that wasn't supposed to happen, that should have happened. But to bring in veterans like that, to have a Dwight Howard in the ear of Joel Embiid on his health and his eating habits and his being fit and this, that, and another, I think that's going to have a huge toll. You know what I'm saying? I think having Sam Cassell on the sideline is going to help Ben Simmons at least try and help give him the courage to shoot the ball. Yeah. So I have big expectations for the Sixers this year. I think they flying under the radar, which is good. I don't want them in the spotlight. But for Nate to say the Nets is not. Don't
Bro,
mean,
you'll see it.
I
It ain't. You already know the East ain't that strong anyway. So
They still strong.
it's
They
like
become stronger than they.
it's all right.
They
ain't stronger than the West.
The East, just because LeBron left, the East is still weak.
No, they not. They ain't that weak. No.
Stop.
Bruh,
It's,
the East has
no,
always been weak.
it's more good teams that can give a competitive that makes it competitive in the East right now.
Jimmy, I don't think you believe what you saying right now.
Like real talk. Because listen, how many competitive teams that like they're actually gonna battle it out to make it to the finals? The Bucks, the
Just
Nets.
because you battle it out, that don't make you good.
Bro, I said competitive. This is gonna be a competitive battle between the Nets, the Bucks, the Heat, the Celtics, maybe the Hawks, maybe.
Nah,
So you got
14.
5 teams out of how many on the East? He got 4 teams out of how many
Let's
teams
not.
on the East?
Let's not think just for this not. I mean, the West is a strong conference, but
Right.
Westbrook just went to the Washington Wizards, and they will be in the playoffs.
Listen, Russell Westbrook, we're not worried about him. The way he plays, nobody's worried about Russell. Nobody's worried about him or his team.
Oh no, they got
They're gonna be out in 5.
But they'll be in the playoffs.
They'll be in the playoffs. They'll be out in 5 though, first round.
Anyway, we get off subject.
Somebody need to write that down because Jimmy predictions be crazy.
Nah, you got it recorded.
Man,
Jesus.
I mean, we was talking about, Jimmy mentioned Miami being a contender. I've also saw on the internet that Miami is becoming a target for James Harden to also be traded to the Heat. So that's my next thing I really want to hit on. What do y'all think about James Harden, for one, even wanting to remotely leave Houston? Because they just did acquire John Wall, which I think that he's a capable point guard.
Got Boogie.
Boogie, he's coming off an ACL injury. They got
Still
Boogie.
good.
He still look good. I think they should add some more pieces. They still got Gordon over there who can be a shooter. They still got that dog and PJ Tucker over there still. Why would you want to leave a situation that looks like it's getting better?
Honestly, I feel like he should stay. But I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of what's going on between him and the front office, and that might just give him enough reason to leave.
Right? They might get. Oh, go ahead, Nate.
This Houston.
Yeah.
What you call it?
James Harden.
Harden.
Hey.
Oh, I mean, I've always thought James Harden was a money man. Like, he do his thing on the court or whatever, but I think he a money man.
Y'all don't think y'all don't think he a bad teammate though? I honestly feel
Nah.
I think he a bad teammate. I mean, all these rumors about him being traded to Philadelphia. Why do Philadelphia need James Harden?
Y'all don't. But the thing is, whatever team that gets James Harden, they're going to trade for him. I would hope they trade for him. I don't think Houston front office is stupid enough to wait and just give this man away like the Pelicans did.
Right. Well, Anthony Davis. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going to actually give him away for, like, if they get traded, he get traded to the Sixers. They're gonna have to give up somebody like Embiid or Simmons or somebody. And if they trade him to Miami, they're going to try and get some of them young guys. So they're not going to just give them away.
Yeah, I mean, if the Houston front office already said, like, we're going to trade James Harden. However, we want a younger centerpiece and we want a bunch of draft picks. Without 3-4 draft picks, Jimmy, they want 4 first-round draft picks. That's a lot.
Ain't nobody going to get him.
That's a lot. Like, I saw the trade proposal that Houston sent over for to the Sixers, and they want Ben Simmons, they want Matisse Thybulle, and they want 3 or 4 first-round draft picks. Y'all giving up the house.
I did read something where Doc said that he spoke to Ben and told Ben that those rumors of him being traded for James Harden is not coming out of their account. He told
Right.
them that he's safe.
Right. And Dan Morley, the general manager for the Sixers, he went on social media and was like, "We don't want to trade Ben or Embiid. Like those are the future. Those are the cornerstones." It's just I find it crazy that the rumors are still happening, even if the coach and the general manager are saying we're not trading these dudes, but the rumors are still happening. I personally don't think James Harden needs to be in a Sixer uniform. I personally think Ben Simmons within the next 3, 4, 5 years can be a top tier player. He's an all-star, but
if he grab a jump shot.
If he yeah, exactly. If he can get a consistent jump shot, it don't even have to be a 3-point jump shot, just a mid.
He an all-star now.
Right. He'll be considerably better if he can get a jump shot. I feel like if we trade away Ben Simmons, I think that's the stupidest thing in NBA history to do. Period.
So my thought process, like we had in our private conversation, I already told you, I feel the same way about Harden, Russ, and Giannis.
Right.
Their style of play, I really don't. If I'm a team, their style of play, I don't want them because I don't see them winning.
What's their style of play to you?
Say that again.
What's their style of play to you?
Their style of play, number one, okay, for Giannis, for instance, we all know he can't shoot.
Right.
He can get better with it, but right now, if I had to make a choice, I don't want him. And I really feel like he could do a whole lot better regarding teammates, getting his team involved and things like that, which he does. But I just expect more out of him, especially with everybody saying like, "Oh, he's gonna be this, he's gonna be this." You know, I'm looking at it like the bar is up here where everybody is setting it. So I just don't feel like he's living up to what the media or certain people are setting his ceiling at. So I wouldn't want him for that reason. I don't really think he's that great of a team player. Westbrook, don't get me started on him.
I just don't think you like him personally.
I don't like his attitude.
Right.
He dribbles. Listen, like I told you on the prior he dribbles. It's 24 seconds. He'll dribble for 23 seconds. Oh, yeah. He's done it. He's done it for years in OKC, and he still does it. And he wants to be the man so bad.
Because he is the man.
Okay, come on, baby, you fine. And you want to say hey to the world? She just woke up. But James Harden, him and Westbrook, they ball hard, bro.
He's an Achilles heel. He's an Achilles heel.
He's gonna make it work.
I'm gonna say this. I put some of it on, well, most of it on James, and you would think some of it on the coach. I mean, we not in a camp, so we can't really say. But my opinion is, James. I feel like he probably won't never win a championship the way he played basketball. Right. James is probably one of the greatest scorers that we got right now. Mm-hmm. But it seems like
James also played like he played 21 by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like if he would just play his role the way the coaches want him to play, I mean D'Antoni might say, hey, play the way you want to play. But if there was a structure and a way that they want him to play and he's not playing that way, then that's on Harden.
I totally agree. I think Harden, like Nick said, Harden is the best scorer we have in this day and age right now. And then people want to throw out the stats. Well, he rebounds, he has assists, but for somebody to sit and dribble the ball for 15, 20 seconds in between that time frame in a possession, that's an Achilles heel to me. You know what I mean? And man, like Nick said, maybe it's the coaching. Maybe they telling James, hey, go out there and be you, and that's what he's doing, going out being him. But
it should come to a point where you want a scheme to go around with the team rather than don't everybody just passing the ball. They don't know who gonna take the shot. They don't know. They looking for James to come get the ball when they can't find anything.
And what does James do I can't lie. I haven't watched. I say I probably watched a handful of games of Harden when he played LeBron or something or somebody in the playoffs. What does he do when he don't got the ball?
Nothing.
He don't do anything.
He don't play defense.
I
Exactly.
mean,
He
ain't
better
moving.
play offense if he ain't got the ball in his hand.
Right.
He just stands
gotta
there.
run, you gotta
He
set
stands in the corner
screens.
somewhere.
Right.
You gotta run. You gotta set screens. You gotta be an off-ball player.
Right. So I mean,
But
with
all
that,
you want to do is grab it, dribble it, and shoot the deep ball. I mean,
Right.
and he can do it now.
yeah,
But when
It's gonna
one
take
team,
more
when
to
all
win
they
the
gotta do,
championship.
when all they gotta do is focus on one player, it's easy to beat you.
right, absolutely. So with that being
Take him out the
said,
game. That's it.
where do y'all think he'll end up? You know what I mean?
I mean,
Wherever the money at.
whatever the Rockets are asking for, he gonna stay right there.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with it. The Rockets want the house. Like, if we giving y'all James Harden, I want half of y'all house back. You know, not even half, like 75%
ain't
of y'all
gonna
house. It's almost 75% of y'all house back. And
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah,
teams,
that's nothing.
I shouldn't say a lot of teams, the good teams that are already contenders aren't finna do that. Maybe the Knicks. You know what I'm saying?
But especially
they gonna want-
if they get him and he not gonna be what they need him to be, then you can stay where you at.
Which, I mean,
Like you ain't gonna be no team player, or you ain't gonna play defense or do all this other stuff. There's no point in getting you.
that's true. But like Nick said, maybe it's the coaching. Maybe he has to be with a coach that, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna want something else other than you just being an offensive player. You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't know. That whole James Harden thing is a mystery. I know he want to win a championship, but the way he plays and his style of play is not going to win him a championship at all. It's not going to happen. But
Oh, so I'm not crazy this time. Y'all agree?
no, we actually agree with you this time, Jimmy.
Man, it's the end of the world.
No. What are we agreeing to you with?
That James Harden is not going to win a championship with his style of play. Do you think Giannis?
Yeah.
Do you think Giannis or Russ is going to win with their style?
Russ, he ain't going to win.
No,
Do you
Russ
think Giannis going to win with his style?
Who?
Giannis.
Giannis probably could.
He needs to evolve. No, he's not going to win with his style of play.
How you gonna ask that man a question and then he give you an answer? And you tell
Because
him
that's
no.
what I do. That's what I do. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know?
Oh my god, you can't win with this guy.
Man, listen, there's another player I wanna try and elaborate on. It's Paul George.
Man.
This man just signed a 200 something.
Nick,
Me and Jimmy just talked about that.
Nick, I was telling them all y'all should just go play, bro. I'll be y'all assistant. You know what I'm saying? Get the bag. They giving away money.
They giving out money to anybody.
I love Paul, but Paul gonna be a great player throughout the season, and Paul gonna give you one great playoff game, and that's
Playoff
it.
P. Playoff P. That's
What I told Jimmy was do I think he deserved all that money? I don't know, but I do think the times. Right. But I do think the times are changing.
I don't know if he deserves all that money. You know he don't deserve all that money. Just say it.
No, but what I'm saying is that the
ESPN.
times are changing and that you're seeing more players get more money. So maybe like if it was like a few years ago, it wouldn't be as much because of the time changes. But I think that's why he got all that money. I don't think he got it because of how good of a player he is. Just
Paul George.
The prices of everything is going up.
Paul George was terrible in the playoffs.
He had one good game.
Like, yeah, he had a good game. I can't even remember that good game. So
Paul George had one good game every series that he played in.
Hold on. Well, when he was with the Pacers, now he played well better with when he was with the Pacers.
He did. But I'm saying ever since then, you had that OKC game. He put up like 40-something points that first game.
That's what playoff P was born.
Yeah. and then he disappeared.
Yeah. And especially how he played in the bubble. And then you want to blame Doc Rivers for how you played. Like I don't like.
I mean, he blamed Doc Rivers, and then he also said that he was going through something too. So,
well, Paul always going through something. It's always an excuse to me.
I mean, everybody in general always going through
exactly. We all going. This whole world's going.
But
through.
some people like to say things to make everybody else be like, "Oh, okay, well, that explains it."
No, us as basketball fans don't need to be taking that and saying, "Okay."
Yeah, we don't want to hear that.
Exactly. We don't want to hear that. He's terrible.
Yeah, I know. I don't hear it.
Kawhi was terrible.
But so maybe he don't want to, admit that to himself, so he had to blame somebody else.
I guess. So I mean,
that's the only thing I can come up with.
With Paul George signing that long-term deal, does that still make the Clippers relevant?
Wait,
no.
It's gonna always make them relevant, but are they gonna be like championship relevant? They're gonna be playoff relevant.
Yeah, as long as Kawhi, though. In my eyes.
Can they still got a decent team?
True. I mean, I don't think so. I don't like Knicks. They'll be in the playoffs. I don't consider them going any series past the Western Conference Finals.
But
it also depends on who they play. Also,
that's what I was gonna ask. Like with this signing, I'm not really focused more so on Paul George. I'm focused more on the Clippers. Like, is this telling us the kind of direction that they want to go as an organization? You know what I'm saying? For you to sign somebody like him who hasn't proven to you pretty much anything when it counts.
True. That's the direction that they're trying.
We telling people like, hey, you don't have to perform in the playoffs. You come over here, we gonna give you the bag.
There you go.
But no, Jimmy got it right though.
No, he right. He right.
He didn't deserve. I mean, if he had a awesome playoffs, I understand the signing of that contract. But you played terrible in the bubble, terrible. But you get to sign a $200-something million contract.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, one good. Yeah. So that one good. I wish one game could give me $223 million.
Hey, go out and get
you don't know all that.
I'm just saying, like Jimmy said, is that the direction that we're really looking at on how you're doing things?
Man, I mean, to be honest, what other direction you gonna actually go in as being the Clippers? Like when has the Clippers have ever been like on top? Back when they was going like this.
That's true. That's true.
But even then, like they was like okay.
Nah, but listen, when Baron Davis was there,
they wasn't never
they was the real deal, boy.
Well, they was a real deal, but they
all right. But I'm saying they wasn't up here with it.
They couldn't get over the hump. They were never
right
over the hump, and I wouldn't.
So maybe they trying to lock somebody in that can possibly do something because all these years they ain't really been doing nothing. So we can keep Paul George here and just they probably did, but they're gonna make them bleed and sweat.
But the thing is, why would you lock in Paul George and not? Is Kawhi was on a 1 year or 2 year deal?
I think he's on a 3-year deal. To be honest with you,
why wouldn't you get that money to Kawhi and you would give it to
Paul George?
Hey, you never know. They probably talked to Kawhi. Like, nah, let me do the deal and be by my way.
Does Nate seem slow down?
Nah, it is slowing down. I don't know what it is.
But
maybe it's his phone.
I want to mention something. I don't know if y'all heard, but y'all know the Clippers are under investigation about the recruiting of Kawhi and Paul George, right?
Yeah.
I don't know too much about the story. I had just saw it the other day, and I didn't read it, but I just saw the headlines of it that they are being investigated for the recruitment of Kawhi Leonard and the recruitment of Paul George.
But before we get into that, can I want to ask this: how many of y'all are how many of you are in love with the Kawhi Paul George tandem?
I don't like it.
I don't like it at all.
I don't like it.
I'm not in love with you say the Paul George and Kawhi what? Talent?
And tandem.
The tandem.
Them as a duo.
I mean, honestly, I don't think they got it together yet. You know what I mean? Like they don't know how to play together.
But after a year, like we had a year to see them together.
They don't look
I
good.
don't think you're gonna get it after that.
I mean,
it
but that
might
was
take
only a year,
people
though.
longer.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean,
It
it was
might-
only a year.
Do y'all
Yeah.
think that go ahead?
And then it wasn't really a full year because everything stopped back in March. Well, you know, a little bit later after March, but it wasn't like they had a full year to play on the court together and get
No, but
together.
what? After the All-Star game, after February, how many games you got left? What, 20, 25?
No, you got about half the season after All-Star.
No. This after February. Because they didn't start shutting stuff down until March.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So it's like 20, 25 games left at that point.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like, you know, when you I mean, I can only speak on the people I played with. Like when us three played together, it's because we played together for years. I mean, even me and you, Jimmy, when we played together on the court, we found some type of camaraderie when we was playing on the court together, and it take more than a year to do that.
But you want to know the thing is, we've talked. I know my job. You know your job.
And that's the thing. You knew your role, and I knew my role. But
And I think-
And maybe in their situation,
They
somebody
don't know
know
their
their
role
role
yet.
and somebody don't.
I think in their situation, there's two roles that should be one role. Does that make any sense?
That's
Yeah.
why I mentioned that.
Yeah.
There's two roles that should be one role, and they don't know who's going to take that one role. So
But
somebody
the thing is, like, when you have that one role, you have to play together. Like, you can't just. I'm gonna use school for analogy. You can't just go to school, learn, well, some of us can't just learn in school and not have to put no work in out of school. You gotta
True.
put the work in out of school and in school, just like practice.
Yeah.
If you just go to practice and put in an hour or two of practice, and then just go home and say that was good enough, nah. Hey, Kawhi, let's stay in the gym a couple more hours and fine tune some stuff or whatever. That's what we did. You know what I mean? We didn't just play after we played the games when we was done. We all play together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what they gotta do as grown men. But everybody got their own lives. Everybody got their own agenda, and we don't know what's going through their minds.
Right. Well, I don't see that. I mean, to answer your question, Jamie, I don't see that tandem going further than the Western Conference Finals. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe, like Nick said, it might take some time. You can't really grade them on one. I mean, you can grade them on 1 year, but I would look at the longevity of the tandem, and I can grade them more on the longevity and see if something happens from there. But yeah, I don't see it. But in other news, y'all saw what Charles Barkley said about your boy Kyrie.
Please break
Nah, I
it down.
didn't.
Nah, we
You
ain't,
gonna read it? You want me to read it?
man, Nate, read what if you able to pull up the whole conversation, what Kyrie said and why Charles Barkley said what he said.
I don't have the whole conversation. As far as I can see, it's just a sentence that Kyrie says, and it says it's really just about how I felt about the mistreatment of certain artists when we get to a certain platform of when we make decisions within our lives to have full control over ownership. We want to perform in a secure and protected space. And then you can read what Chuck said.
So Chuck, we all know Chuck is outspoken. He's unfiltered. Chuck gonna say what he want to say.
Wait, what was he talking about?
Exactly. So
And that's the thing. Like, I don't have the whole conversation. It's just literally two sentences.
But
and
even
I
with
don't know what happened before this or after this or where he had this discussion at or none of that.
So he's comparing basketball players to artists.
Or he's saying that basketball players are, and then that's why Chuck said what he said. He making it sound like, well, from what you said, the thing is making it sound like we're artists and we got to perfect our crafts and this, that, and the third. That's like from just these two sentences. And then Chuck said what he said.
Let me read what Chuck said. Chuck said, when he talks, I'm like, what in the hell is he trying? What is he saying? Or what is he trying to say? He starts talking about what an artist he is. He's a basketball player. Listen, we're not frontline reporters. We're not teachers. Yo, man, you dribble a basketball. Stop acting like you the smartest person in the world.
Chuck said this.
Chuck said that.
Chuck said this.
I thought you said Trump said it.
No, not Trump.
No, Chuck.
Charles Barkley.
Oh.
Yeah. So in this instant, because Kyrie done ran into, I think, like we spoke about before we got on air, Kyrie is too smart for his own good. I think
Is he smart? Is he? You talking about the man that said the world is flat?
I
World is flat.
Kyrie,
The world, Craig.
Wait, did y'all see this dude with burning the sage on the court last night?
oh yeah,
I read that.
What are you doing? Like, bro,
he was
this dude was
doing.
walking around.
He's
Go ahead.
burning sage right before the game against the Boston Celtics last night. Like, why
You
is
said he was burning sage.
sage
Yeah,
in the stadium in the gym burning the sage?
you know, burning sage just like that Pan African stuff. It release gets rid of the negative energy, all this crazy foolishness that people believe in. You know what? You get rid of the negative energy. It ain't no sage.
This is what I don't get. You were just talking about the safety of basketball players, right?
Yeah.
And you in there burning sage.
Hey, you need to be in an asylum. That's
I mean,
wrap him up.
Kyrie, he's going across the saying some just out of the world stuff. I know y'all saw the Pons comment he made a couple weeks ago that he got fined $25,000 for. He said he don't speak to Pons.
I don't get these dudes, man.
You know what?
He don't speak to Pons.
What is pawns?
Reporters.
Reporters. He said it was reporters. You know how on the chessboard you got the pawns?
Yeah.
I don't speak
So
to
who
them.
do you speak to?
Bro, how do you think you make your money? Like, part of the reason why you make your money.
It's in your
These
contract to talk to
reporters-
the pawns. It's in your contract.
Like, because of the reporters, that's how the fans get to know who you are through the questions that they ask you, through the interviews that they do for you. And you know they vote on the MVP, so you keep calling them pawns. You're never going to be – this guy is insane.
Kyrie-
I mean, but technically that shouldn't determine the MVP is because you're not.
No, but it
really.
does. But it
It
does.
does.
Yeah, it does. It
It
shouldn't.
shouldn't.
It does.
I agree it shouldn't, but it
Because
does.
really, I could care less. I just want to see you play basketball.
Because look, you got to look at T.O.'s situation. T.O. is number 2 behind Jerry Rice in pretty much everything. But it took him, how long did it take him to get into? He should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer.
That's true. That's
People were
absolutely
saying, oh, he had off the field issues, which he had none. They say, oh, he was a locker room cancer, which half people say they love him and half people say they don't. But you got
He was
you got-
viewed as a problem.
huh?
He was viewed as a problem.
But he wasn't.
He
Like,
wasn't. I
He
don't think
wasn't.
was.
He wasn't. But he,
But that's
he was
what
viewed that
that's
way.
the narrative that the reporters painted.
that the reporters, thank you. Yes.
So, but with that being said, Jimmy, you're absolutely right. They're gonna paint him, Kyrie, as the bad guy. And with that being
See,
said, you're
and-
not gonna get no MVPs.
I don't think he can handle it like Chuck did back in the day. Because Chuck didn't care that he was the bad guy. I think Kyrie Chuck didn't care. Like, all right, y'all can pay me how y'all want. And he even said, like, I'm not a role model.
Yeah. So, I mean, that handles the Kyrie situation. I mean, it's a lot of things going on with this NBA restart. Not restart, but the next season. So we come down to the nitty gritty. We all know where people are going, minus where James Harden's going to be. But, I mean, we might as well go ahead and talk about it. Who y'all think going to be in these NBA finals? And why? I want to know why you think this team is going to – and I want a team from the East and a team from the West. Who is going to be in this finals and who's going to win it and why?
Are we going to start with the Western and Eastern Conference Finals, or are we going to do it straight just the finals?
We can just go with the Western and Eastern Conference. We can start at the Final Four.
Okay.
I'll start. For the West, I think you're gonna have, depending on where they see that, you might have the Lakers and Houston. Me and Jimmy talked about this.
Uh-huh.
Man, Dame look nice.
Oh, you mean
He
Houston?
went off.
No, he mean the Blazers.
You mean the
Yeah, the
Blazers?
Blazers. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Dame look nice.
Uh-huh.
Carmelo look even better.
Uh-huh.
Not better than Dame, but I'm saying he looked better than last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then CJ didn't even show me anything, and we all know CJ can go off.
Right.
Lakers just gonna be there because they just stacked their team up again.
Right, they did.
And on the East, I think it's gonna be either Milwaukee and the Nets. Like Brandon said, KD got something to prove this year.
Yeah.
Whether Kyrie gonna be on board with that or not, KD. I mean, I saw a play when KD last night. KD was on a fast break, and it was a dude right behind him and right in front of him. The only thing he knew to do was behind him, and he just pulled up, spotted up for a three, like it was nothing.
Nothing.
And just wetted it. Boom.
Yeah.
Sharpshooter.
Yeah, sharpshooter.
So yeah, KD got something to prove, and we all know probably right now, honestly, like nothing to take from James Harden, but KD probably the best scorer in the league right now.
I agree.
But I think it's gonna be those two, and honestly, I don't know. I don't even know if I could put either one of those teams. I mean, I think those 4 teams are gonna be one of the 2 teams in the finals, but it's hard for me to choose. But if I had to choose, I would say the Nets and probably the Lakers.
I love to see another KD and LeBron matchup. I would love to see that. I'll go second. In the West, and I got a sneaky surprise for this one. And this is only if they can stay healthy. Of course, I got the Los Angeles Lakers being in the Western Conference Finals. And depending on seeding, because we don't know if these teams will see each other, I like the Mavericks. I like the Mavericks. And when I say pending health, if Porzingis if Porzingis can come back healthy and Luka and Porzingis can have that tandem, Luka, in my opinion, probably gonna be MVP. Barring injury. That's my MVP this year is Luka. But if Porzingis can come back and healthy and play well, I don't see nobody other than the Lakers knocking them off. However, I got the Lakers in that series in 5 games. So that puts the Lakers in the finals. In the East, I like the Nets. As much as I want to say the Sixers, I don't think they'll get there this year. I like the Nets, and I like the Miami Heat. I like the Miami Heat. I think Jimmy Butler's gonna come back with a more fire. And that's barring if they do any major trades or anything like that. I like Jimmy Butler and those young guys coming back, having something to prove. But I got the Nets beating them in the Eastern Conference Finals, making it the Nets versus Lakers series. I love KD in this situation, but if I had to pick, I'm going with the Lakers to win the title this coming season.
I would say.
I'll go. At the Lakers. I don't care how many times LeBron say, "Oh, it's hard to get here. You never know you got another chance to get here." He's always going. In my book, most of the time he's going. So the Lakers and all the acquirees they just got and all that kind of good stuff. And I might want to go with the Clippers because it ain't no way y'all sign Paul George for all this money. You ain't got nothing up y'all sleeve now. That's just how I feel about it. Like, they might have, work all day king side, got Paul to see some kind of therapist or whatever, and he go come back, and y'all might see the playoff Paul. So I'm gonna go with the Clippers. Hopefully, they do better than what they did last year.
One game.
And
on the East. Yeah, I haven't seen Brooklyn play, but you can't count Brooklyn out with Kyrie and the old sharpshooter over there. So got them 2. And then probably I'll go with the Heat also. Because the Heat was nasty in the bubble.
It was nasty.
But I just feel like the Heat just don't got everything they need.
That's why I said barring a trade or something. I feel like Pat Riley's gonna do something because you can't bring that same team back and expect to win a championship.
Nah.
You got to change something. So barring a trade, I think they can make it. So Nate, who you got in the finals though? You said the
finals. I'm going Lakers and probably Brooklyn.
And who you got winning that?
I won't say Brooklyn, but as
Why?
long as
'Cause you
LeBron
don't like
James
I was about
working
to
on
say
this.
why you want to say Brooklyn.
We all know why he want to say Brooklyn.
Why you want to say Brooklyn?
Because I don't want LeBron James to win.
Oh.
But as long as LeBron
They
James
the
is
haters,
walking on this earth, as long as he's walking on this earth, he got an 80% chance of winning the final.
All right, so
That's
let's
how I feel about
get
it.
to something that's actually relevant. Okay, listen.
He not Jimmy finna speak some foolishness. Jimmy about to say like the Seattle about to go
What,
to the
Seattle?
finals or something crazy.
You think I'm gonna say the
See
Cloud?
what I'm saying?
Like, what's up with you, bro? So
Go ahead,
man,
Jimmy. Go ahead.
Okay, the East, I got the Nets and the Heat.
Mhm.
The West, I'm torn. The West,
No, he ain't.
I have.
We know who we got. You
You,
might as well just say Lakers.
you know who I'm not torn about.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not talking about the Lakers. I'm talking about who the Lakers gonna play. I'm torn between the Mavs and the Blazers.
I like that pick. Either the Mavs or the Lakers.
The Clippers. I'm not worried about the Clippers at all because
Nah.
of playoff P and
One
because
game.
of playoff P and Kawhi. He gonna choke at some point, but that's okay. But that's neither here nor there. One game.
One game.
And clearly, listen, the Lakers, they're freaking stacked.
They stacked again, yeah.
We know they winning it. They winning it, bro. Point blank, period. Now the Nets versus the Heat, like we just spoke of, and like we spoke about earlier in the podcast. The reason why I wasn't counting out the Heat because like I said, Pat Riley knows how to build a team. I really believe he's gonna do something.
Mm-hmm.
Get somebody else there.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on who he gets there, I think they could beat the Nets just because they dogs. That whole squad dogs.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? Because and the only reason I say I think they could beat the Nets because they're dogs, everybody. And that mentality that Jimmy Butler and Eric Spoelstra doing his thing and Pat Riley, I'm pretty sure Pat Riley got some say-so on that too.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Brooklyn Nets Achilles heel is gonna be Kyrie, bro.
I know we've talked about it in our personal conversations with each other, and Jimmy puts Kyrie within that same bracket as James Harden and Russell Westbrook because of his style of play. You can't win a championship. I mean, Kyrie has had his opportunities with Boston, and he had an awesome team in Boston. And for him to have an awesome team in Boston and for that Boston team to play better without him, Kyrie can be an Achilles heel. And
for you to think that you're so great, and for everybody else, the media say that you're so great, but you only won championships when you had who in your corner?
We know who he was.
Goat man James. But the moment he left, before he got there, you couldn't do nothing. When he left, you still couldn't do nothing. What makes you think I'm gonna change now? Absolutely nothing.
Well, that goes to the comments of Kyrie saying that he got a person that can hit the same shots he hit. Which Goat Man.
Attention. I'm convinced he wants attention, and he's getting a lot of it right now.
What y'all think about that comment though?
Y'all heard Goat Man say he was hurt by that, right?
Yeah, Goat Man said he was hurt by that.
But you understand why he said he was hurt though?
I know why he was hurt. Yeah.
He was hurt because he really cared about homeboy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He wanted homeboy to be great and to be better. And then for you to come back and hit him with a body shot, took the air out of him. Like,
I mean, yeah, y'all know how I feel. I don't care what anybody say about me.
but
If you know you good at what you can do, that's it.
But I mean, I understand where you're coming from, Nick. But like LeBron endorsed you. Like when the time they were playing, he said he wanted you to be a league MVP. You know what I'm saying? He gave his knowledge. He gave whatever he gave when he was in Cleveland and got that championship. Then for you to come back and say, I've never played with anybody that can hit the same shots as me, that's kind of rude. That's
I
mental.
mean, if that's really how he felt, like, why do we as people get mad when people talk about how they feel? Like, that man might truly feel like LeBron James couldn't do what Kevin Durant is doing.
But
or
But
he
when
can't
LeBron,
shoot the same shots I'm shooting.
but LeBron, when statistics show that LeBron is that dude around that time, how can you say that?
No, I
No,
mean
but
obviously
what
he
they saying
can't
is
be that
that's how
dude
he
around
felt.
that time. Right.
Just because that's what statistics say, that don't mean
No, it's not just
Kyrie
statistics.
got to feel that way.
He done it. He did it. We watched him do it.
Right.
So what does that tell us about Kyrie? If that's how he feels, and that's
So
what
what did we watch LeBron James
What does
do?
that tell us about Kyrie?
What did
It
we
tells
watch
us that's how
LeBron
he
James
feels.
do?
No, it tells us more than that's just how he feels. It tells us that the dude is a psychopath.
No,
It tells us.
Jimmy,
course.
what did we
Listen,
watch LeBron
don't
James
you
do?
guys- Hold on, Nate. Don't you guys ever, after hearing what Kyrie said, don't you guys ever in your life question my basketball knowledge? All right,
it'll
Nate.
always be questioned.
What'd you say, Nate? I'm sorry.
I said, what did LeBron James do
What did
that they had to pull out stats for?
bro? LeBron James has done nothing but carry that team. With the help of Kyrie when he was there. But just like, okay, I heard Chris Broussard say something, just like Shannon said. Without LeBron getting that block, Kyrie couldn't get that main shot. That people like this crazy dude Skip Bayless. Oh, that was a shot that saved Skip. He wouldn't have got that shot if LeBron wouldn't have.
So this tells us what I said, Jimmy. This tells us what I said. Like,
Why you talking about what is though?
Ain't no what if.
if LeBron don't block that, don't chase
saying,
down
like,
that block, that shot doesn't happen. So that
It doesn't
We don't know what we don't know what happens. We don't know what happened.
well, you're right. Yeah, it's the
Because
what
what
if game.
happened.
It's the what if game. You're right. What happened. But
Right.
us as fans, and then you have the reporters, we use the what if game. So in this scenario, if LeBron don't chase down that block and block that shot on Andre Iguodala, Kyrie doesn't have a chance to make that shot. So that makes his comment now these days irrelevant. You know what I mean?
But at the same time,
Well, like
what
we
does
that
his block
happened.
have to do with anything?
What you mean with the block?
I'm
Because of
saying,
that block.
what does his block have to do with him saying that
Oh, my
I'm playing
God.
with a person
Once
who I feel like
don't you
can
guys
shoot on my
ever
same
question
level?
anything that I say when it comes to basketball after hearing what this guy just said right here?
But Nate, it
Never.
makes sense.
Never.
That you mean to tell me that don't make sense?
No, but
No,
I'm saying
what
why
Nate's
we
saying, we should stop
bringing up the
playing.
block?
Because
The block
the
has
shot,
nothing to do with how he feels about how.
Okay,
The
let
shot
me
happened
ask you
after
this.
the-
Wait, Brandon. Wait. If Andre would have made that shot, they would have been down 5
I don't remember the score at that time.
instead of 2.
Yeah, because that would have been down at 4, right?
Yeah.
That's not what they asking y'all.
No.
That's not what I'm
no.
asking.
Okay, what you're saying if he wouldn't have blocked that shot,
No, I'm not saying that.
Listen to this question.
What does LeBron James blocking a shot have to do with Kyrie feeling like Durant shoots better, or Durant shoots on the same level as Kyrie does?
Well,
What
you
does
in
the block
that
have to do with
case,
that?
the block has nothing to do with it. When you're saying,
But that's what I'm saying. I
that.
keep hearing everybody
Okay.
talk about the block, but the block ain't got nothing to do with the shot.
right, you're right. But what me and Jimmy
That's
is
all I'm
trying to
saying.
explain- yeah, you're right. But
Yeah,
what me and Jimmy is trying to explain is that shot don't happen if that block doesn't happen.
And
Right, I
we
get that.
get that.
like
But-
that shot put Kyrie on the map.
Right.
No, Kyrie was already
Kyrie was
on there.
already on that.
No.
Not as a-
He
not
wasn't
as
on
a-
the map like that yet. He wasn't on the map like that.
Not
yet.
not as a big shot, not as a big
Yeah.
shot maker.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe not as a big shot maker, but he was still on the map.
Yeah, he was on the
still
map
here.
as an
But
all-star.
Just
Yeah,
like you said, listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying he wasn't up. He wasn't at level. He wasn't at level 4 yet. He was like level 2 or 3.
I
Nah,
wouldn't
he
say
was like 3-5.
he was like 3.5. Yeah.
Come on, Jimmy. Your basketball knowledge
now
just
we
went back down.
Yeah, now we can start questioning him again.
He was a 3. He was a 2.
but
Come
you
on,
pretty
Jimmy.
much get where I'm going though.
Yeah. No, I get what you're going. I'm just saying, like, I don't have no problem with what he said on how he feels. And for some reason, when people talk about somebody else feeling, they feel like they're wrong or right. Like, that's how that man felt. And if that's how he felt, that's how he felt.
Kyrie still has some form of
Immaturity.
disdain for LeBron. some way, shape, form, or fashion.
And you don't know why that is.
I don't know, and to be honest with you, I don't care. That's none of my business. But it's something because he wanted to leave because he didn't want to be in LeBron James' shadow. Correct?
Of course.
Right.
Okay, so and I heard an interview with him saying somebody said, "Oh, so LeBron is like a big brother to you, like everybody else," and he was like, or a father-like figure. He was like, "Nah, he ain't no father-like figure or no big brother to me. My big brother, and my dad, you know they."
Yeah, he said I got a daddy.
Yeah.
Which I agree to that. I agree to that.
No, but you know when people ask that, you know, it ain't like they talking about for basketball.
But like we said, Kyrie think different.
Does he think?
I don't know.
The world flat.
The world flat this big. Ain't nothing
But
about
what
to
we
be
You
said
got to think different. You got to think
With
different like that.
that said, Kyrie don't think. I mean, he does think like the normal person, but he thinks differently than the normal person.
It's exactly you know you got those squares where they all fit into each other.
Yeah.
When you close it up,
Yeah.
Kyrie tried to be like, how can I take this big square to fit it?
In the small square, yeah.
But
That's how he think, though. That's how he think. He's a tremendous basketball talent. I love his game. I do. It's just that some of the things that come out of his mouth. I felt like LeBron James has helped you a lot in your career, especially when y'all was playing together in Cleveland. To say that now you're with a player that can hit the same shots as you, I don't think that was a proper thing to say because LeBron hit better and more shots than the shots that you've made in your career.
And KD has proven that he cannot carry a team to that level.
Well, we're gonna see this year.
We're gonna see this year.
I think KD can do it though. I think he finna do it.
I don't think he can.
Yeah,
I think
his
But like
talent from where he came from OKC, from Golden State to now. I think we're gonna see something different out of KD this year.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
totally
I
agree.
think he can show us that in the East, but in the West he can't.
We'll never know that answer.
We'll never know that. Yeah.
No, we did because he played in the West. He got there.
He won 2 championships.
No, son. That was Steph, Clay, and Steve Kerr team.
Did he get 2 rings out of the deal?
Huh?
Did he get 2 rings out of the deal?
He got 2 rings, but you're not hearing what I'm saying.
No, we hear what you're saying.
Trying to say that KD carried the Warriors, and I'm saying no. KD helped the Warriors get over the LeBron James hump, but they already been to the finals without him. They didn't need.
That's how you see it. Last time I checked, KD was walking the ball up. I want to say they was tied.
Whoa, he shot a 3. Yay! Like, dude.
So keep that same energy.
Don't bring that book.
Keep that same energy when LeBron James do that. All right.
But LeBron, he does it all the time. It's a regular.
And KD don't.
KD does. But you guys like to make a big deal out of when KD does it. Like, oh, dude. When LeBron James does, I'm like, dang, that's what he do. Sit back, kick your feet up, you know.
That's what KD do. KD do it better than LeBron.
It's a norm.
KD do better than LeBron. KD make it look sweet.
LeBron make it look effortlessly.
Yeah.
I think on that note, we need to tie
everything that LeBron James
Right.
When you see LeBron James do something, you be like, man, I could do that. Then when you get out on the court, it's like, dang, I don't know how he did that.
Before
who say that? Who say that? Huh?
You say that too.
No,
You
I
can't
don't.
do what he does. You can't do what he does, even if you try.
All I can't do is dunk.
Shy, please. You can't do what he does. Come on.
That's all I can't do is dunk.
Y'all about to come with the foolishness, man. Come on.
You already with the
The
bullshit.
thing is, Jimmy seen what I was doing in college.
You weren't doing what LeBron was doing, bro.
He talking foolishness. Huh?
You weren't doing what LeBron was doing?
All I couldn't do was dunk.
Man, come on, son. Get out of here.
That's the only thing I couldn't do.
Let me add something. I was watching a bit of the Suns and Lakers last night. LeBron looked a tad bit slower. And I mentioned this. No. I'm mentioning this. he's really gonna have to lean on his teammates this year to get to the NBA Finals.
But that's what LeBron was setting up the whole time last year. He
And
was
you're
telling
right.
KD, this is your team.
And you're right. I'm just saying he's a tad bit slower.
But you don't have to say that if you know that this is what LeBron was setting up from the jump.
I can say that. I
You
can.
don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to bring dirt and sprinkle it on his name. You don't have to do
I'm
that.
not dirting his name. I'm just
That's what
saying.
it sounds like to me.
Well, that's because you're getting over jealous about what I'm saying. That's all. That's why I was feeling that.
And he get that way about everything.
No, not about everything. Just about LeBron.
Nah, when it comes
Most
to
of it.
LeBron James. We be like, hey man, LeBron James just stepped in the puddle. Now this is Jimmy. Now keep that same energy when you step in the puddle.
We know how you feel about LeBron. Anything negative said about LeBron, that pinches a nerve in your body, Jimmy.
Hey, B, I need you to make a shirt for Jimmy that say "Goat Man James."
I got you, dog.
Purple and gold.
I got you.
Purple and gold.
I got you. We'll get that going for
Yes,
you.
sir. Hey, I need you to make me a dry fit one so I can wear it when I play ball. You know what I'm saying?
A dry fit one.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do. All right, fellas. With that being said, we running out a little bit of time here. We all have our predictions. We'll be back later on in the season and catch up on how our predictions is going. But this is Family Talk. Let's discuss it. It's your boy B.
Up Jumbo.
Nate.
At the same time. And we'll get back at you as soon as possible. Peace.
Hey.